The so-called fact sheet by the US side is nothing but a list of lies that can be easily exposed by truth. China's achievements in addressing climate change are widely recognized. At the end of 2019, China's CO2 emissions per unit of the GDP were cut by more than 48% on the 2005 level, and the share of non-fossil fuel reached more than 15%, more than fulfilling the 2020 climate action targets. The new afforestation in China accounted for a quarter of the global total, and more than half of the world's new energy vehicles are in China. At the general debate of the 75th session of the UNGA, held on September the 22nd, President Xi Jinping announced that China will enhance the nationally determined contribution targets and strive for the peaking of CO2 emissions before 2030 and carbon neutrality before 2060. China has phased out 280,000 tons of ozone-depleting substances production, accounting for more than half of the total by developing countries. China's air quality standards are implemented in 74 cities, and the clear sky is an indicator of the progress. China has eliminated artisanal and small-scale gold mining long ago and will eliminate the production, import, and export of mercury-added products listed in the Minamata Convention on Mercury by the end of this year. China is one of the countries with the most stringent legislation and law enforcement on wildlife protection. We contributed significantly to global forest resources, sustainable development of forest products, and trade. By the end of 2020, China will basically achieve the goal of zero import of solid waste. Nearly 99% of China's urban waste goes through innocuous disposal. Our coastal cities all have garbage sorting and marine sanitation mechanisms. The BRI is green in nature. China, relevant countries, and international organizations jointly launched the BRI International Green Development Coalition and published the Green Investment Principles. China's marine debris is of a medium-low level in the world, which is in a controllable good state. China implements the world's most rigorous vessel monitoring system and fights IUU fishing with zero tolerance. As to Lancang-Mekong cooperation, the future of the 6 countries is closely linked, and water resources cooperation is flourishing. China announced the decision to share the Lancang River's hydrological data for the whole year with the Mekong countries, and the 6 countries agreed to support the building of an information sharing platform on water resources cooperation to enhance joint research and deal with challenges together. The US has been attacking China, but what has it done itself? Why did it refuse to ratify the Kyoto Protocol? Why did it withdraw from the Paris Agreement? When will it pledge carbon neutrality? As a country with per capita emission 3 times that of the global average, more than twice was almost 5 times more than China's, and with accumulated emission about 3 times that of China's, shouldn't the US explain itself to the people in developing countries, especially small island countries adversely impacted by climate change? When will the US pay the huge amount of contributions it owes to the Global Environment Fund, the UN Convention to Combat Desertification, and the UNFCCC? What does it say about its export of large amounts of garbage to developing countries every year? The US owes the international community an explanation. People across the world know clearly who's acting and contributing to the cause and who's talking empty words and creating chaos. The fact is, the US is the biggest perpetrator, damaging international environmental cooperation, and it poses the biggest threat to global environment. We urge the US to stop political manipulation and slandering and make concrete contributions to the protection of global environment instead of stirring up troubles.